forgot to say in my last video, I wanted to, I've been on a massive journey, a really big journey in myself, to understand myself and reality, and I got into that by not a great place. I was, years ago, I was being heavily attacked, nearly 10 years ago now, I think, or 9 years ago, really heavily attacked. And I'd been attacked all my life, but I wasn't fully conscious of it because I didn't have my memories as a child. But around 9-10 years ago, it really became obvious of the attacks, and that came through a really kind of a pronounced himself as a healer. He's not a healer, as a black magician, and very much connected to the system, and he's very well known. And but it was very much like Amityville Horror. I moved into this house, this massive house, and my kids were little. I just had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and this lady contacted me who worked directly for this healer, I suppose healer, English guy, and I anyway, in between her contacted me and then me meeting her, I started getting attacked by these beings, these shadow beings, and they would keep me and my son awake at night. And bless my son, was only 3. By the time I met with this woman, I was like a mess, and I started to tell her about this, and she goes, "Oh, actually, my associate or lover, to whoever this guy was to her, she worked directly for him, but they also had a relationship. He deals with these. I can get you an appointment straight away because children involved, blah 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 blah." Anyway, I had an appointment with him. He told me I was like a reptilian princess, some bollocks like that, and I was like, this is a bit weird, okay, but told me how to get rid of the black beings with our cast iron and stuff like that. Anyway, I through the traumas that I had, I really placed him on a pedestal, and that was because of the way my consciousness worked. And so I take complete, I do take responsibility, and it was a massive learning curve for me. But what he was doing was basically triggering trauma, and also that like loads of stuff started to come through, reptilians, and I was getting attacked, and the things just got enormously bad and worse. And my mum, bless her, saw it. So it's this guy. You've let him in, and he's letting all this crap in. And I was like, didn't believe it. I was like, no, this guy's amazing. Like, he wouldn't do that. He's an amazing man. And I was really. Now I look at that now, it's laughable. But I really was in like this spell. And anyway, I went to this. My life was I got to the point about 6 months later, I couldn't work. I was an anxiety mess. I kept getting attacked by, it was awful. I stepped into a world of hell, and my family was suffering as well. And anyway, I went to the psychic weekend, and I had a lovely chat with this lady, and she, for some reason, where my mum, I didn't wake up to my mum blatantly telling me, but for some reason this lady started talking to me, and then it all clicked. I was like, oh my God, it was all connected to this man. And yes, I had let this man in, and he portrayed himself as a healer, but actually he was the complete opposite of that, and worked directly for the reptilians and mantis race, and what was going on was horrendous. And then so I shared my story at this psychic event, and he was attached to me, like his consciousness was attached, so he could spy on me. I could feel him, and he was going around the room, and really weird energy shit that took place. And then a ceremony went on, and he was cut from me, and I realized, oh my God, I'm free from him. and but he came back, and I really had to go through. I had counselling from a lovely lady, and I had, but I really had to go through my own empowerment, where I wasn't in the saviour mode, put him in the saviour mode, in me coming out of a little girl that wanted to be saved by the person that was bringing in all this awful energy. So it was really a very abusive relationship, and that happened with a healer, someone who called themselves a healer anyway. So, it started to get me to understand lots of things. I started to see parts of the matrix. I started to understand that angels were part of the system, and believing in angels actually brought in demonic energies, and there was so much. And I started to write blogs, and I started to understand, and the whole process of me becoming empowered and actually believing in myself, and understanding that I create my reality, and anything that attacks me only can attack from frequencies that I have within, and therefore the focus has been on about healing and breaking down beliefs and healing my inner child, and not being afraid of who I am, and accepting who I was, and all these sort of things, and then also owning that empowerment, and also helping other people. So I set up level 1, level 2 and level 3 of teaching people you have the ability to heal yourself. You have the abilities, because these abilities they've been kept in the elite, and these abilities, the Queen and the royal families and the elite all knew about what consciousness could do. They didn't want the public to. So it's very much like the Harry Potter, they share all these abilities and you're special and everything like that. It's bollocks. They get trained that way. They're not special at all. And these abilities that people have, it doesn't make them a good person. You've got the people like him to, I've met many horrendous people on the way that had abilities, Jimmy Savile to Queen, to many people that had abilities, but they're a really shit person. It doesn't make them good. Over the years when people have come to me, they've been really screwed up by healers and psychics, and not bad intent. They've, there's some out there, if it's Reiki practitioners to other forms of healing that actually believe in a higher power, and they allow these frequencies to come in. They work with ETs to angels. If you've got someone saying they work with angels or ETs, just stay away from them. They're not using their own empowerment, and they don't know what the hell they're letting in. So anyway, I've helping people and mentoring people not to be me, but to find their own natural gifts that they have within, and that has also naturally come from them understanding themselves, and so they uniquely start to shape who they are, and also the understanding of self. They help other people. So they've been practicing, and now on my site launched 5 amazing women who've got the basis. They understand that the power is within. They're not going to take the power away from people. They want to help people become empowered, to know who they are, to make them more self-aware and more conscious of who they are. And I've done this, one, to help them gain more experience and belief in themselves, because they're amazing. They just need more experience and belief. And they're going to be on the website for a couple of months. And the prices are very low because the objective is to gain the experience before their wings are really big and they can fly away. And then I'm guarantee the prices are going to double overnight. So if you do want a session with somebody that I trust, and I will be in the background mentoring these ladies and helping them along, then you just need to go onto my website, and there's a lady that does hypnosis. Her name's Jeannie, and there's other ladies that can, they look in and look at your consciousness and just help you understand if you're feeling stuck or anything like that. If it's really, really heavy work, if you feel you've got attachments or you're being attacked or something like that, then it would be best that you contact me or my partner, Toto. Toto's back also. So, yeah, unfortunately, there is lots of healers around that may be good intent, but they're still stuck in the old system, and that can really screw people up. It may also be a road, maybe I had to meet this so-called healer, because to find empowerment, that road to empowerment, I had to fall on my face and really to unlock myself, an extreme amount of stress, and and then discover what I could actually do, and what I could understand. So in a way, this complete arsehole, he helped me. But I don't want I would hate anyone to go through what I went through, but unfortunately he'd done it to many, many women. So anyway, I'll leave that there. My little rant for the day, and I'll put a link up to the student practitioners, and I'll see you soon. Okay, you take care, YouTube. Bye.